Welcome to Silverstone for the next rounds of the Ginetta GT5 Challenge. This should be a big weekend as our boys get to tackle the amazing Grand Prix circuit. Now it feels like the dust has hardly had time to settle since we last saw the Ginettas at Rockingham. So to bring us up to speed, here's David Addison.
We're ready for race one here at the Rock. Last few cars up towards the grid. James Kellett makes a good start from pole position. Callum Boynton is the main opposition at the deep hairpin. Big drama for Jack Inshaw. He's got damage, he's in retirement. Straight back, Kellett versus Chadwick. The black and yellow car of Chadwick. He's going to lose that though. James Kellett wins 1-4. Race 2 is go. Kellett leads through turn 1 and it's very slippery. James Kellett comes across the line. He's done it again. Race 3, set to go at Rockingham. Let's go red, lights out, away they go. Kellett leads at the Dean hairpin. Luca Hurst dives up the inside. This for the race lead, he's done it. Great move. Kellett fights back, down to the Tarzan hairpin. Kellett leads again. Hurst up the inside, Hurst off. James Kellett storms towards the line. Ollie Chadwick is right with him though. This is the lead back. Chadwick ahead. Ollie Chadwick wins for the second time this year. James Kellett leads Rockingham as the championship leader, 26 points ahead of Ollie Chadwick, with Callum Boynton in third.
Coming into Silverstone, it's this man, James Kellett, with a comfortable 26-point lead. But what can he do here to stretch that out? Let's get into the action now with David Addison.
It's the first of 3 races here this weekend. It's a full grid, round 7 of the Protar Motorsport Ginetta GT5 Challenge with James Kellett on pole position. They've been lined up so that pole is on the inside of the circuit, although by rights it should be on the outside, which is where Callum Boynton will start, having been second in the qualifying session, ahead then of Ollie Chadwick and James Robinson. We are good to go then here at Silverstone. This full grid in glorious weather, about to be unleashed. Everybody is back for the warming up lap. We've got 32 cars and we're away and racing with Kellett making a good start from the inside of the front row. Down towards Cops Corner they go and James Kellett should be able with that tighter line to grab the advantage. Yes he does. Callum Boynton goes second. And it's Ollie Chadwick's black and yellow car that's third as they round Cops Corner for the first time and make their way now up towards the left-hander and Maggots, down towards the Beckett's S's. You're riding with Ollie Chadwick, he's third at the moment, and James Kellett wants to get away here as very, very deep into Beckett's goes James Robinson and he's lost it. He's across the inside, there's another spin in the background. Look, more and more of them are getting it all wrong. Alexis Taylor is off the road as well. And I fear that others towards the back of the pack have come to grief. Let's have a look in a moment as the leader, James Kellett, with something flapping under the car, leads the way. He's onto the hanger straight for the first time though. It's Alexis Taylor's white car rejoining after its big old spin at Beckett's. James Kellett losing out as they get to Stowe. Ollie Chadwick in third and Callum Boynton therefore takes over leadership. Down through Vale they come. It is up front, Callum Boynton, Ollie Chadwick trying to defend his third place and possibly attack for second as they get to the end of Vale. Can't do anything about the leaders there just yet. Already the pack just a little bit strung out, and that I suspect are red flags, yellow flags, 3 cars blocking the road. I was about to say that's because of the incident up at Beckett's. Well, we've got big drama. Pete is out of the race. Brian Allery, John Wall also involved. And it was all triggered by others spinning ahead and then just utter mayhem. I think John Wall came off worse. Drivers are okay, but the cars are going to need a bit of a repair job before race 2. There is a restart then. Ollie Chadwick is on the second row of the grid. He's looking to the lighting gantry. Lights go red, lights are out. We're racing. Chadwick makes a decent start, not as good though as James Robinson, who comes round the outside of him, and Robinson grabs the place, in fact, on the run down towards Cops Corner. Kellett leads the way. Callum Boynton slots in his second spot. The blue car number 3, Stuart Lynn, the former G20 champion, keeping Luca Hurst behind him as they round Cops for the first time. Heading up now towards Maggots, then Beckett's, and fingers crossed, everybody will be safely through this time. So the leading car is under James Kellett. Stuart Lynn there, look, runs way wide. He's looking for a way past Ryan Hadfield as he got the inside line for the final part of Beckett's, not quite. Gently ensuring the tweaks, car goes through the multicoloured car, a mirror image of his dad's BMW in the British GT Championship in terms of the livery, and Mitchell gets squeezed up onto the grass coming out of Chapel Curve. Kellett leads the way. He's ahead of Poynton then now. In third is James Robinson's very busy livery car. Fourth you can see is Ollie Chadwick, and there fifth is Ryan Hadfield. On board with Chadwick, he runs at the moment in fourth place. He's actually worse off than he was at this equivalent point on the aborted first lap of the original start. He's got work to do down to the end of Vale. James Kellett leads the way. He's had 4 wins out of 6 races thus far. He stepped up from Ginetta Junior Racing, and James Kellett very much is the man in form. Chadwick won last time out of Rockingham, but here he's given himself a lot of work to do. You're riding on board now in the Zentek Motorsport car as he pulls to the inside there, tries to have a look at the inside. He can't find a way past James Robinson for the moment. But Robinson is under attack. The danger though here is that whilst these two squabble over third place, the 2 leaders can break away. Chadwick to the inside, going into Village. Big gap for him. Is he through? He's got half the car ahead, but he's on the outside line for the next corner. Up the inside and into third place goes James Robinson once again, but Chadwick then gets a really good run up towards entry, out of the loop, through the left, and he's done it through entry corner. Ollie Chadwick goes third, but look at the time he's lost relative to the top 2 as they head off now down towards Brooklands. Good battle here, look, between Stuart Lynn, number 3, the blue car, and right up behind him is Ryan Hadfield. Stuart Lynn, Lardy Lynn as he's known, has managed to battle the way past, but Hadfield, all 4 wheels up the curve, has the inside line, takes the place back again. James Kellett leads down to Brooklands. He's getting away from this battle behind now. Luca Hurst in the orange car trying to get back onto the tail of the Hadfield-Lynn squabble as they drop down to Brooklands. Stuart Lynn thinks about going all the way around the outside, but to no avail there, so he's got to slot back in behind. Very experienced driver, Stuart Lynn, in terms of Ginettas, not only in terms of G40s, but largely G20s before that, multiple champion. And he's raced Ginettas in GT championships as well, British GT, GT4 as well. Over the timing line comes James Kellett there. He leads the way. Callum Poynton second. Their third, Ollie Chadwick. Fourth, look, James Robinson. And a huge gap has opened up between them and this battle for 5th place, where at the moment you've got Ryan Hadfield fending off Stuart Lynn as they work their way through Copse. Luca Hurst is next in the orange car, but what he's not quite being able to do is stay right on the tail of Stuart Lynn. In towards Beckett they come. Hadfield under attack, no doubt about that. The pressure is perhaps starting to tell now because he's got a very experienced driver tucked up behind him. But Stuart Lynn, is he quicker? Is he quick enough to make a move at the end of the Hanger straight? He seems to be rapid through Beckett, almost to the point where the car's starting to squirm away from him. Down they come now, heading towards Stowe. The 2 of them, almost nose to tail. Lynn is certainly creeping up now onto the back of the race leader as they head into Stowe Corner, into the braking zone. Now turn right. Down through Vale they go, and Stuart Lynn pulls up to the outside to think about making his move. This, remember, is for 5th place. The outside at the end of Vale will translate to the inside for Club if he can stay there, which he can't. So Lynn has to get out of that, slot back in behind Hadfield. And in so doing, look, Luca Hurst has got closer to him. So Stuart Lynn now is in this really awkward place of trying to attack and defend at the same time. Every time he thinks about making a move on Hadfield, he's just got to make sure he's covered whatever Luca Hurst might be up to. Through they come now. Hurst drops back a little bit as they work their way out of Abbey, and Lynn gets a good run through Farm, doesn't he now? Heading up towards Village, he's on the outside for the right, but if he can stay there, he'll have the inside line for the loop and entry, but he can't stay there. Again, Hadfield is able just to position the car ideally, but now Lynn makes his move, curve and all, clatters off the side of Hadfield, elbows out, Stuart Lynn seizes the opportunity and through he comes. Stuart Lynn gains the place. It was pretty robust, but it worked for him. And maybe he would argue that he had to force the issue like that. There was just about a Ginetta G40 size gap, and Luca Hurst is right on the tail of Hadfield as well as they come down towards Brooklands. More bodywork goes flying. So Ryan Hadfield mugged, and this is how the mugging took place. Look, Stuart Lynn dives up the inside. The gap certainly closed, but he was committed to it. He rode the curve, rubbed up against Hadfield. Witness marks on both cars, but lit through. Having said that, Hadfield has not given up yet, and he's going to try to fight back, isn't he, on the run now, down towards Stowe Corner. Stuart Lynn is under attack, that is for sure, as the cars work their way into the right. Ryan Hadfield, I still think, has been able to get the best here of Luca Hurst, because although Hurst closed when they were squabbling, he's fallen away once more. He's not been able to stay right on the tail of these two as he needs to. As Hadfield attacks again, Down to the end of Vale. Stuart Lynn able to claim the line, claim the place, and he loses it. Round he goes. Does he make contact with Hadfield? Hadfield certainly had to take evasive action. And Stuart Lynn loses at least 2 places. Let's have another look. Carries just perhaps a fraction too much speed into the end of Vale through the left-hander, and so the back overtakes the front, but then Hadfield, I think, just got away with that without being hit. Luca Hurst may well have grabbed the advantage and got past Hadfield as well. Last lap for the race leader. James Kellett turns his way in towards the right at Village and the left of the loop, and this is going to be 5 out of 7. It's been a stellar start to the season for the Yorkshireman. Turning his way there now, up through the left of Aintree onto Wellington Straight. James, who comes from good sporting stock, father was a very successful rugby player, makes his way now down to Brooklands. And the School of Hard Knocks, that is the Ginetta Junior Championship, has certainly taught him well, and James moving up to senior Ginetta racing this year. He's doing it in style, isn't he? Chasing him down, still Callum Poynton and then Ollie Chadwick. This battle is not done yet, the gaps are coming down. If anybody can do anything about changing the order, it's Chadwick on Poynton though. Up towards the line they come. A checkered flag is at the ready, and race 1 of the weekend, this 15-minute battle, is going to go the way of James Kellett, who comes through now to score a 5th win of the season. James Kellett wins, Callum Poynton does take 2nd, 3rd goes the way of Ollie Chadwick, James Robinson is getting 4th, and Ben Highland here is going to win the 2nd class in the race for the less experienced drivers, and he comes up, crosses the timing line, and he's 17th overall and a class winner to boot, ahead of Charles Ferguson and Rob Keogh. Let's have a look at the results of the first race of the weekend there. It's a win for James Kellett. That's his 5th of the year, ahead of Callum Poynton and Ollie Chadwick 3rd, for Robinson, Hurst and Hadfield to round out the top 6.
I had a lot of pressure on my shoulders throughout the whole race, but I was able to keep everybody behind me and bridge a bit of a gap and take the win.
These boys kept me really busy all the way through. It was one of the best races well, certainly we've had this year so far, so yeah, well done to these guys. It was really good scrap.
So really good scraps all the way through the field, and there's more to come in race 2 after the break.